Dinesh D'Souza, who is someone who's an old friend of mine and someone who I absolutely love because he's an immigrant who can't stop talking about how great America is. Thus, the left despises him. Thanks so much for joining me, Dinesh.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And if I can throw in a thought on this Kaepernick business.
Oh, please do.
You know, the remarkable thing about it is that he supports a side, the left, and a party, the Democrats, that is actually the perpetrator of most of the vile deeds that he complains about, which was the party of slavery, the Democrats, which was the party of segregation, the Democrats. Now, the Democrats have come up with this clever ruse by which they blame it all on the South or they blame it all on America. America did this, America did that. But if America collectively did it, it would still be going on. Obviously, some Americans did it and other Americans stopped him. So I have a suggestion for Kaepernick. Don't worry about the national anthem. The national anthem is just fine. But every time you heard the word Democratic Party, make an obscene gesture.
Hilarious. Dinesh D'Souza, your movie Hillary's America, again, one of the most popular documentaries ever because if you make a movie, people go out and see it. It's reopening in not one, not a handful, not a 100, but 400 theaters across the country this weekend. How did you pull this off, Dinesh?
Well, this is actually quite rare for a movie. And what happens with our movie is it came out in 1,200 theaters. It's done really well, $12.5 million. It's the top documentary of the year, number 8 political doc of all time.
Congratulations.
But what happens is Hollywood releases big summer movies and the political season goes a little quiet after the conventions and then heats up in September. So we went to the theaters and we said, listen, there's a lot of demand for this movie. Its themes couldn't be more timely. Trump is all over them. They're being debated right now. So it's a great time to re-release the movie, and they agreed. So it's great. The movie is going to open up nationwide. Hillary's America, themovie.com. That's the website where you can find out where it's playing. And we urge people to go this weekend. That's, if you want to put fuel in our rocket, that's the way to keep the movie out there and help more and more independents, Democrats, young people, and minorities to see it.
Yeah, and she's on the run right now. I want to get what your assessment of the race quickly in terms of the polls are definitely tightening in Trump's favor, but really Hillary is having a hard time. Even Tim Kaine and Joe Biden are struggling to defend her. The foundation is coming under increased scrutiny. She doesn't have a good out there. If she shuts it down, it admits guilt. If she keeps it open, it is broadcasting to the American people how much corruption really the Clintons are willing to accept. It's where do you see this race going? She looks tired too, doesn't she, Dinesh?
Well, I think there's a 3-part strategy for Trump to win. One is to hammer home the sordid history of the party. And the point of that is to strip the moral capital away from the Democrats. The point number 2, to stress and highlight and document the corruption of the Clintons. The fact that, unlike Obama, they're not ideologues, they're primarily racketeers. But number 3, it's important for Trump to signal that at the end of the day, he may be outspoken and he may even be brash, but he's not crazy. Now, this is not a critique of Trump. Reagan had to do the same thing in 1980. The left was saying, he's a cowboy, he'll blow up the world, he's got a trigger finger, and so on. And Reagan had to assure the American people, look, I'm not that kind of guy. And when he did that, droves of people swung over to his side.
Dinesh D'Souza, best-selling author, top-notch documentarian as well. The website, Hillary'sAmericaTheMovie.com. Back in 400 theaters this weekend. You get a long weekend. Why not make it productive? And bring a friend or family member who might still be thinking of voting for Hillary Clinton. Those numbers are dwindling rapidly, but she could still get through. This is going to be a fight into November. Dinesh D'Souza, anything else for our audience quickly?
Well, I think you're right. I think it's going to be a tough race, but I'll go against the wind here and say I think it's Trump's race to lose, just as it was Romney's race to lose 4 years ago. Now, Romney lost it, but Trump, I think, has a lot of fight in him, and that I'm encouraged by that.
Dinesh D'Souza, thanks again. Follow everything he does at Hillary'sAmericaTheMovie.com.